Welcome to a special edition of Truth Talks Radio. This is Angela Truth speaking on the topic of the Wounded Warrior Project. On the Jay Sands Network on Night Talks, which, hey, maybe you're listening to it right now. You can sponsor, you can be a part of the movement to get Jay Sands to shave his stash. This is all in accordance to raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project. Now, with the Wounded Warrior Project, there's a number of projects that they work on. One is the Restore Warriors Project, which I want to play the trailer for. I have obtained permission from the Wounded Warrior Project to play the public service announcements and the other things that the Wounded Warrior Project supports, which is partly the Restore Warriors. So why don't we go ahead and play the trailer for that so it can make you more familiar with what your money will be going for, how it will be used in a most vetted organization known as the Wounded Warrior Project. This is the Restore Warriors.
I'm not sure who I am now. The emotions, the anger, the nightmares, the dreams. Who are you now?
I hear like a little baby or a person yelling, and they can bring me back to that moment whenever I saw the aftermaths of what happens in a combat zone.
I've literally got to step away from the situation.
It affects my family. It affects my coworkers.
There's no signaling. This is a reality.
It's not wrong to admit you have problems.
Seek help. Don't wait until you're in a situation where there's no turning back.
And that was the trailer for the Restore Warriors segment of the Wounded Warrior Project. Going on, we can meet the warrior. I believe this one's Bob with the Restore Warriors. Can give you a further background to what the Wounded Warrior Project really is about. It's about helping our men and women in uniform when they come stateside and they need additional services. No longer should the number of suicides outrank the ones that are still over there. That's jaw-dropping, the suicides. We need to reach out our hand with compassion and give a hand up to the road to independence. So why don't we listen to this person who's part of the Restore Warriors segment of the Wounded Warrior Project. Here we go. Here's Bob.
My name's William. United States Air Force, retired, Master Sergeant. I was a security forces member for the Air National Guard. The thing that drew me to the military was the structure, camaraderie, being in a structured environment. It also provided me safety from the streets where I grew up. My first memory of Iraq, it was the landing. When we actually landed, it was all about business. It was like, okay, we're here. It's time to go to work. It's time to put into action the training that we've had leading up to deploying to Iraq. My job in Iraq was intelligence. I was part of a security forces unit for the Air National Guard that took over security at Baghdad International Airport. There was such an influx of weapons in and out of Iraq that we were trying to get a handle on some of it. I had two superiors with me who were part of my unit. And they were kind of leading this mission for the Air Force, building up to the deployment to Iraq. All I kept hearing these two saying were how high speed they were, how they were civilian law enforcement, and the things that they've done in their civilian jobs and their careers and all. So, I mean, this is all I'm hearing in my ear, just hearing this constantly. So, okay, you're kind of painting a picture now. I don't really know them that well. So you're painting a picture that if it gets thick, you'll be able to handle yourself. Well, we were assigned this one building. We were doing a search one afternoon, and we had a canine handler with us, Air Force canine handler, with his dog. So as we were doing a search, we were in a building, and there was an explosion. The dog died. I saw this canine handler thrown about 20 feet in the air. When I regained my senses, I see the canine handler laying on the ground. His body was actually smoking. So myself and another member from my unit were able to drag him out of the building. Medics got to him, got him back up on his feet. A few days later, I find out that these two individuals, the two supervisors I'm speaking of, when it happened, they didn't come in to get us. They actually walked away from us, left us in the building. So now, having heard in my ear, just keep replaying it, I'm this, I'm that, I can do this, I'm high speed, and, I do this in my civilian job, but when you left us, now, you just don't do that. It's like a cardinal sin to leave a man behind, but they left us behind. So does it haunt me? Yeah. Have I gotten over it? No.
And that was Bill with the Restore Warrior section of the Wounded Warrior Project. Helping people heal is what your monies go towards when you donate, when you give of yourself and your monies to the Wounded Warrior Project. Please see my show description, or if you're in the Night Talk chat, there should be a link there, or on the Night Talk description as well. Please help us support the Wounded Warrior Project and get Jay to shave his mustache. The stash must go. Thank you for listening, and thank you for all that have donated thus far to the Wounded Warrior Project. You never know where that dollar's going to go.